Hey, what's going on guys? It is Zombie Magnum here, back with another video, and this is going to be the top 5 things you did not know about zombies. And now this is not going to include exo zombies, and also am I not going to bore you with any things that has to do with the story or any Easter eggs. This is just going to be plain aspects of the game mode that you might have not known yet. Now if you're some kind of a zombie veteran or somebody that just plays zombies so much as I do, please don't dislike the video just because you know one of these 5 things. I'm pretty sure there's one of these things that you didn't know yet, so let's get straight into the video. And starting off at the number 5 spot, we have headshot points. So we all know normal kills give you 60 points, headshots give you 100 points, and knife kills or melee kills give you 130 points. Now something that you probably didn't know yet is that if you shoot the head off of a zombie and he's still alive, you will not get the 100 points for the headshot. Now it will count as a headshot, but for shooting off the zombie's head, you will only get 10 points, and then for the next 7 seconds, you will get 10 points each second, and at the end of that, you get 50 points for the kill. Which is already a bit weird because the normal kill is usually 60 points. Now while the zombie is running around with no head, he's in insta-kill mode, that's what I like to call it at least. So that means he will die from every little bit of damage, and I'm sure you know that already. If you knife them, they will die. If you just shoot them with your Mauser or your pistol, hell, even if you just fart right next to them, whatever you do to them, they will die. And then you will get the points for either knifing them or shooting them. So if you shoot them like once, they will die and you get 60 points. If you knife them, you get 130 points. But also if you shoot off their head and a teammate comes up to him and he knifes the zombie, then he gets 130 points, and all you get is 10 points plus 10 points for each second that a zombie has stayed alive after you shot off his head. Now that's how it is in World at War. So in Black Ops it's pretty much the same thing. The only 2 differences is if you let the zombie die out, you get the 100 points instead of only 50. And the other one is that the zombie only lasts 2 more seconds and not as ridiculously long as in World at War. Now there's situations in which this is really useful. Let's say you're on Origins and you have the ballista and you're like on round 6. What you can do now to get 130 points for each kill is just shoot off their head and then go up to them and knife them. They will die. You can even wait a few seconds to get some more points. You will get 10 points for each second they stay alive. But if they die out on their own, you will only get 50 points in World at War and 100 points in Black Ops. So be aware of that and don't wait too long before knifing them. Now shooting off their head is most of the time better than just doing a headshot, because just for shooting off the head of a zombie and letting them die out on their own, you get 120 points instead of 100 for only getting a headshot. Now of course you cannot control whether you shoot off his head and he stays alive or he just dies from the headshot, because that just depends on which round you're on. But anyways, that has been it for the number 5 spot. Coming in at the number 4 spot, we have the Verrückt Runner, and you might have already heard of this and you might also already know this, but on Verrückt, the runners are faster than on any other map. Now you might have not really realized this because Verrückt isn't really the map where you train and you really realize this. You really pretty much camp on this map, and it's also not that much of a difference to the normal zombies. So that's probably why you'd have not noticed this yet. But if you train in the Thompson room, which you can do, you can realize it, because if you're holding a heavy weapon like an LMG, the zombies are actually faster than you, and that's pretty much the only difference. On this map you can't train with heavy weapons because if you sprint with them you're slower than zombies, and on every other map it's not like this. You can train with every weapon and still be faster than the zombies. Now I don't recommend training with a heavy weapon anyways. You should always have like a light weapon like a ray gun or a pistol to run around and train up the zombies before killing them. But it's definitely an interesting thing about Verrückt that you might have not known yet. So coming in at the number 3 spot, we have the nuke on Nacht der Untoten, and you might be, what is wrong with this nuke? There's nothing different. I can't think of anything, and I just found out about this recently and I never before came across this. And by the way, this is only World at War. So on Nacht der Untoten, when you use the nuke, which is a power up that kills every zombie on the map, you will not get any points for this, no matter if you use it between the rounds, no matter how many zombies you kill with it, you will never get points for it on the World at War Nocturne Totem map. And this is not necessarily a bad thing, because on the early rounds you might always get into that situation where you have a nuke, but you also still have some zombies left, and you can't really decide if you want to go get the nuke, get the 400 points, or the zombies, because you're not sure what results in more points. On this map it's easy, the nuke never gives you any points, so don't take it if you're going for points at the moment, because it will not help you out with that at all. So that has been it for the number 3 spot. Probably not going to be as useful, because most of you are not going to be playing Nocturne Totem as much on World at War. But anyways, I thought it was quite interesting, so let's get into the number 2 spot, which is again going to be the nuke. And this is going to be the difference between the World at War and the Black Ops nuke. And now you might be like, bruh, I already know, when you have a double points on Black Ops you get 800 points, and on World at War you get only 400 for the nuke. And that's not what I'm trying to tell you with this. There's another significant difference between the World at War and the Black Ops nuke, and that is how it actually works. So we know the nuke actually kills all of the zombies that are on the map, but it doesn't happen immediately. You can see some of the zombies aren't instantly dead, and from time to time, one after another loses their head, and you can see them all dying pretty slowly. But now the key difference between Black Ops and World at War nuke is, on the World at War nuke, while the zombies are still dying, and while some of them are still alive, they can still hit you and bring you down, as you can see here. I know on this custom map, as you can see here, I don't really go down. I go into this gray mode, which is basically going down. It just happens because I have quick revive. But here, as you can see on Black Ops 2 Origins, in the starting room, I get trapped in this corner and I get the nuke, and they just can't attack me while they're dying, and I just get out of the corner a few seconds later freely, not wounded at all. Now if you'd ask me which nuke I'd prefer, I'd obviously say the Black Ops one, because I've died so many times because of the World at War nuke. And I just want to tell you, be careful. If you did not know about this yet, you have to be careful. Also, if you get the nuke, don't just run into the zombies like a dumb idiot, because they will bring you down although you got the nuke, which is annoying. But hey, they improved it in Black Ops and I'm so happy about this. So that has been it for the number 2 spot. Let's get into the number 1 spot for things that you have not known about zombies yet. Actually, before we get into the number 1 spot, I still want to mention the ray gun that kills you in one hit when you don't have Juggernaut. Now, I didn't realize this for quite some time, because I always got Juggernaut before I even started to hit the box. So this never really occurred to me. The ray gun doesn't have a huge splash radius, but if you get into it without Juggernaut, it will kill you in one hit. And this actually happened to me on Nocturne Totem on round 20, and I couldn't believe it, because I just never experienced that before. Probably one of the things that you actually have known already, if you're a really experienced player and you've already played a bunch of Nocturne Totem. This definitely happened to you a bunch of times. But anyway, so that has been it for the honorable mentions. But now let's get into the number 1 spot of this top 5. This is going to be the Nocturne Totem World at War zombies, because they are special and they aren't the same to any other zombies. And the reason for this is they have to stop to attack you, and that means as long as you move, they cannot even attack you. And that explains a lot of clutches on Nocturne Totem, as you can see in this little montage I uploaded a few days ago. I get like stuck between the zombies and I just wiggle it out and it just works. As long as you keep moving, they cannot even touch you, and so that makes it a lot easier. The only way you can even go down is when they trap you, but some of the times you can even then just rub the mouse all over your mouse pad and you might even get out of there. I know it's easy to stuck in the World at War zombies, but also the Nocturne Totem zombies are just so forgiving, because they just can't attack you while you're running or while you're even moving. And that's why it's not even so hard to train without Juggernaut or Nocturne Totem. I can't even imagine how hard it would be if that wasn't in the game. I didn't even know about this for quite some time. That's why I also didn't play as much Nocturne Totem, because I just found it was so unbelievably hard, but actually it is not. So try this out yourself if you're scared of this map because it's too hard, because there are no perks. I just want to say go out and do it, because it's actually not too hard because of the way the zombies work. And as long as you keep moving, this map will not bring you down, and you'll make it to a high round pretty easily, since after a while you will get the routine and it's the same every time. But that has been it for this top 5, and I hope you enjoyed it, so leave a like if you did. Also, we reached our goal of 80 subscribers already this Monday, and I'm so thankful for that. We're already at 83, so that is amazing. I'm trying to go for 90 subscribers by the end of this week. If you want to play with me, my gamer tags are down in the description. So this has been Zombie Magnum, and I'll see you on my next video.